Emma Mixon, information speech, and here is my audience. Whether you agree with animal testing or are against it, it is important to know the effects that this testing is having on the animals and the world around us. According to Kaylin Otto of sentimentmedia.org, over 100 million animals, including dogs, cats, monkeys, mice, and rats, are burned, poisoned, abused, and crippled in labs each year. Otto says that many are against animal testing because they argue it is outdated, cruel to animals, dangerous, and unreliable. However, many people support animal testing because they believe it is necessary for advancing of science and the well-being of humans. Today, I want to go over the effects that this animal testing is having. Animal testing can be detrimental to humans as well. Many trials have gone extremely wrong because of their assumed risk was low due to previous testing on animals, says Otto. I want to give a quick trigger warning for the next pictures that are in my slideshow. I have been interested in this topic for years, and after much research, I am ready to share my thoughts on this subject. Today, I'm going to go over 3 main points. Animals are biologically different than humans, animals feel pain, and some facts about animal testing. Now, let's get into these points. Animals are biologically different than humans. Although we share traits with animals, such as emotions, we have many differences that separate us. Non-human animals don't contract many human diseases, such as HIV, schizophrenia, Parkinson's disease, and major types of heart disease, as well as certain types of cancer. In fact, only 1/3 of substances known to cause cancer in humans has been proven to cause cancer in non-human animals. An analysis of over 100 mouse cell types found that only half of the DNA responsible for regulating genes in mice could be matched with human DNA, according to Otto. Many drugs affect humans and non-human animals differently. Take aspirin, for example. It is toxic to many animals, including cats, rats, and mice, but it is safe for most humans. We wouldn't be able to buy it in pharmacies if it had been tested using current animal testing standards, says Kaylin Otto. Well, how are we the same? Like humans, animals have the full capacity to feel pain. Did you know that mice, rats, reptiles, birds, and amphibians used in labs are exempt from the minimal protections of the Animal Welfare Act? Before their death in labs, animals may inhale toxic fumes, be immobilized in restraint devices for hours, have holes drilled into their skulls, have their skin burned off, or have their spinal cords crushed, says Otto. It has been proven that non-human animals feel pain. Evolutionary biologists like Mark Bekoff are clear that all mammals share basically the same nervous system, chemical transmitters, perceptual tools, and emotional states, which all contribute to the experience of pain. Even if we can't know exactly whether animals feel the exact same pain that we do, this doesn't mean that they don't experience it. German Lopez writes for Vox, in the wild, hurt animals nurse their wounds, make noises to show distress, and even become reclusive. In the lab, researchers found that animals like chickens and rats self-administer pain relievers when they're hurting. And in general, animals tend to avoid situations in which they've been hurt before, indicating a memory and awareness of previous pain and threats. Now, let's go over some facts about animal testing. The registration of a single pesticide requires over 50 experiments and studies on up to 12,000 animals, says DoSomething.org, a credible site about animal testing. The Humane Society says that according to the National Institute of Health, 95% of drugs tested on animals ultimately fail in human trials. Heather Dunnup, from her literature review on animal testing, says that all of the animals forced into animal testing, 60% are used in biomedical research and product safety testing. I say all of this not to convince you that animal testing is good or bad, but to make you aware of what is happening in these labs and how this can affect us as well as our human friends. Today, Thanks to researchers that I have referenced in this speech, like Kaylin Otto, we know that animals are not the same as humans. Animals feel pain, and 95% of drugs tested on animals ultimately fail in human trials. I wanted to inform you about the effects of animal testing and hopefully encourage you to look into products that are not being tested on animals. Remember, 95% of drugs tested on animals ultimately fail in human trials. Why is this still happening? And here's my audience.